The Tennessee football story, not the Titans, okay, who have become the first team since 2002 to go consecutive games with a block punt, a fumble, and an interception. But the college Tennessee Volunteers, who are exceptional, they are now adding a 10% surcharge to their ticket, and that stadium is full every Saturday. So that's a lot of money, and it's just to buy players. I love the overt capitalism of this, David, but I can't imagine that people aren't going to become, A, uncomfortable with the overt capitalism of this, and that this is going to keep getting better or worse, depending on your perspective.
It's actually fantastic marketing by Tennessee. Think about what fans want. If they're going to games, they're spending their money. They want good players. They want a good team. They don't want to go see their crappy home team. So Tennessee is saying, listen, we're going to have to pay our players here, and it's happening now. You all wanted it. You've got it. But if you want us to get the best players, we're going to have to pay the most, so we're going to charge you. It is the dream for an owner or for a university, because now they're the same as owners, to do PSLs or to do ticket surcharges, to find a way to get the customer to pay more. It's like when Uber would charge a fuel surcharge, or the airplanes do. Everyone's looking to pass costs along to the final consumer. And what better consumers are there than college football fans who will pay anything in order to watch their team, and they want their team to be good. So I think this was just smart of them to come out and say it.
Smart and just the start, correct? Because now this is going to get more and more aggressive, where you can make it a 20% surcharge. If you're in Texas and you want to keep up with Tennessee, you can make it a 30% surcharge.
Well, again, you're making up percentages. It doesn't matter. You can increase your ticket prices and allocate any amount of money you want to players, and then not do endowed science chairs. But Karen Carpenter said it. We've only just begun. You want to see NIL? You wanted players to be employees. You wanted players to get paid. It's here. It's happening.
David, I'm curious what you think of this idea, because we're seeing it in the NFL now. Is private equity going to come into college football in a way where an Elon Musk type billionaire all of a sudden owns 30% of the Michigan Wolverines? Or any other college?
Hey, Greg, it's happening now. Jay Williams just did a panel, and he said he wants to buy 49% of the Duke basketball program. And there are programs out there right now trying to raise money in order to pay the players over the table. And now you have private equity firms. Stephen Ross, right in your hometown, wants to sell part of the Dolphins. And the way to get the best valuation may be to go to a private equity firm. But the thing that people aren't focusing on is that Steve Ross, good example. Let's say his team is worth $7 billion plus the Grand Prix and everything else. PE firms want investment returns. And do you think the Dolphins will be worth $10 billion, $13 billion? Is there a bubble coming? Because PE firms are not interested in sports per se. They're interested in a return. But it is a new source of money that is going to be gotten for owners.
It is fairly amazing to see that Phil Knight was getting the Oregon Ducks cheap and was way ahead of the curve, because this has already been in play for a while, but now it's getting more competitive and it's about to get crazy, because Phil Knight Nike has basically owned that program for a while now. But I want to play some sound for you here, David, of what the results are of this. I'm going to go out to Colorado. This is a 4-win team, and it's super interesting what's happening around Colorado for a lot of reasons. Listen to what Deion Sanders is saying is one of the results of the fact that now these are no longer amateurs. They are paid professionals.
When I say I genuinely love these kids, I genuinely really do. It's not about what they can do for me on the football field. Is about what I can help them with in life. Landscape has changed in football. Once upon a time, you guys never attacked college players. Now they're making more money than y'all. And some of y'all are envious and jealous about that. So you're on the attack. It was hands off a college player because he's an amateur. Remember that, guys? Now it's hands on. Go at them any kind of way you want. They're making more money than me, and I'm mad about it. When you attack them, these guys are sensitive. They've never been attacked. They hadn't gone through what I've been going through with y'all for years. They haven't done that. So it is what it is. I know you're going to do your job and what you must do, but your job does not say attack. The personal stuff, Leave it to be personal, because if we start flipping the script on y'all, you wouldn't like it. I can easy. Thank you, Lord, for stopping me there. Whoo, that was almost a good one. That would have went viral.
David, he is so right on all of that. The biggest divider between the athlete and the customer is money. And when he spits at the reporters, you're jealous because they're making more money than you. This is something that infects sports.
I'm sorry, I must be confused here. Are you saying that the media has never gone after college players until they started getting overtly paid? There were no negative articles written about the Hurricanes or the Gators or the Badgers or the Wolverines prior to this time period?
Groups are criticized. Players individually, generally we treated them as kids.
Well, I would only say that if we take child actors as an example, when you give too much money to people who are too young and you don't have protections around them, bad things happen. Bad things have been happening around college sports for as long as I've been alive, for as long as I can remember. There's an entire new FX series that Dominique Foxworth was a part of about Aaron Hernandez and what went on when he was in Florida. I'm not sure that it's in anyone's top 5 list that they are protective of players, whether they're being paid or not.
I want to show you what it is that happens when you start giving this kind of fame to young people. Let's play this video of Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders, his son, just going to school. Now, this is something obviously that has happened for college quarterbacks for a long time, but the way that young people are now around fame feels reminiscent of how it is they were behaving around the Beatles a long time ago. Look at this. That was Greg laughing at you giving him a line?
The Beatles had a lot more people. I mean, that's a nice crowd, but that's not Beatlemania. I was there in
Beatles?
1963, believe me. Yes, of course. Beatlemania.
Dan, I'll be honest with you, man. I saw Peter Warwick back in the day, and he got bigger crowds than that. What are you talking? Beatles?
The Beatles? That was 7 women at the street corner. That was like when Ron Dane would walk through Madison.
A great reference by both of you there.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Ron Dane and Peter Warwick is what you guys did. Yes, put it on the poll. Are Ron Dane and Peter Warwick like the Beatles at Batard Show? The larger point is, though, David, that you give young people this kind of celebrity given to any kind of people can be distorting in ways that are corruptive. Giving it to young people seems to be a bit of a sickness.
This has been going on for a century. I'm just not understanding what your point is. Go back to the Different Strokes cast or the Mickey Mouse Club. So are you saying that right now college athletes are way more famous than they've ever been? I would argue there's TikTokers that are 1,000 times more well-known.
David, I'm saying the combination of fame, money, and power are corrosive to any human being. Given it to 18-year-olds in a way, it's the combination of things that can be dangerous. You're disputing that?
I'm just saying it's not new. That's not an NIL take. That's a take that you don't want any sort of youth to be involved.
The money is new. The combination of things, the criticism that is individuals, the attacks of the media about money. These things are new.
I'll tell you what the new part is. The new part is that every single one of those kids has access to everybody's opinion at any moment in their pocket. That's the new part. That's the part that I think also Deion confuses, which is what is the difference between being attacked by the media, which would be Greg Cody writes a column about how some kid sucks, versus people tweeting, you suck. That's two different things, and it's not a function of whether the kids are getting paid or not. It's a function of we have this technology that allows everybody to say their opinion at any moment and anybody to devour all of everyone's opinions all at once, constantly 24/7.
I can tell you guys this, though, 20 years doing the show with Dan, until the kids started to get paid, and he's still hesitant to do it, Dan would not rip college players. He would not rip their performance on the field. I would, but Dan would not.
Do you have, I don't feel like you ever do that even now.
Well, it was a rule I had, but sports radio changed that with college kids. Coming up, I never criticized a kid by name. I didn't think that was right.
Well, my mentor at the Miami Herald, Edwin Pope, had a personal policy to not name a player who had just been beaten for a game-losing touchdown pass, for example. Would not do it. Everything has changed, and money is a large part of it. Deion Sanders makes a couple of great points. I disagree that it's a jealousy, envy thing, but it's by large amount a money thing, right? I mean, we judge everybody and criticize everybody relative to their income. That's why Trevor Lawrence is under a lot more pressure than Brock Purdy right now, because he just got paid and he's still not playing that well. So when a previously amateur college player is now making tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, yes, he is subject to more criticism, to more spotlight than he used to be.